want to pay my thanks to Chairman Katainen, who's our Chair of Governors, during this annual meeting as well. We had a very good discussion this afternoon with governors who represent 69 shareholders of the EBRD. They praised the bank's performance during the last year. In 2018, our investment level was again a near record. We invested 9.5 billion euros last year, nearly 400 projects. It was another year of also very strong delivery, huge impact on the ground in our country operations across 3 continents. And one of the most notable achievements, I think, was that 36% of all our investments last year was in the green economy. We have a target to get 40% by the end of 2020. We're well on track to do that. We also agreed with our shareholders, actually back in last December, that we will try and do even more in our existing countries' operations in the years ahead. Here it's a game of both quantity and quality, and really important to emphasize both. And this year we hope therefore to invest more than 10 billion euros in our existing countries' operations for the first time ever. But it's very important to make sure that's high quality investment. No standards will be dropped at all to make sure we do that. We aim to go even higher in 2020 and 2021 as well. I'm also very glad to say, as we sit here in Sarajevo, that amongst our investments last year, 1.1 billion euros was in this region, the Western Balkans, and 200 million of that, 1.1 billion, was invested here in Bosnia and Herzegovina. The EBRD, I think you all probably know this, has been a staunch supporter, promoter, friend of the Western Balkans region. We believe that this region has huge potential thanks to its natural resources, renewables, such as, and also mineral resources. Its strategic geographic location, of course, increasingly seen as a bridge actually between Europe and Asia and the Middle East, and obviously very well educated and skilled population workforce, which it needs to hang on to much more. One of the big challenges is the immigration challenge here. The countries are united in their drive for further integration and also on the route through to EU membership in due course, I hope, what's called the EU approximation process. And that's of course a major engine of progress, because in order to qualify for membership one day, these countries have to keep reforming, going to improve their standards and institutions to qualify for membership. Of course, macroeconomic stability and is also going to be a very important part of that. Now, this afternoon, let me talk a bit about this discussion that we had with our governors. The key point is that the governors approved overwhelmingly, unanimously actually by all those who were there to vote, the next stage of preparations for our 5-year planning period. This is due to start in 2021 and run to the end of 2025. That's the next planning period. The resolution that they approved asks the EBRD Board of Directors to present a new strategic and capital framework for 21 to 25, to enable a decision by the Board of Governors at their 2020 annual meeting in London next May. Specifically, and I'm going to really quote from the resolution, as I see a number of board directors are here, no doubt to check that I do that. I will quote specifically from the resolution. 1, it asks them to ensure that none of the work streams would lead to requiring additional capital contributions or compromise the AAA status of the bank, and to make sure that any expansion is not being at the expense of the bank's work in current countries' operations. 2nd, reaffirms the EBRD's strong commitment to current countries' operations with the objective to try and enhance activity in order to maximise transition in these countries consistent with their evolving transition needs. 3rd, prepare for bank engagement with potential new countries or operations in the southern eastern Mediterranean region. We started investing there only in the second half of 2012. 4th, evaluate whether the bank should hold an additional crisis buffer of capital beyond its current business and prudential needs in order to respond to unanticipated financial events. 5th, analyse potential future options for limited and incremental expansion into new countries of operation beyond the geographic scope of the bank's mandate as currently stipulated in Article 1, such as a select number of African and other countries that are closely integrated with the bank's present geographical scope. And 6th, examine potential options to return capital to shareholders through redemption of any surplus capital identified, including through a distribution to members based on an analysis of the bank's financial position and capital adequacy. So there is a huge amount of work to be done before we get to governance approving the next strategy in a year's time. So a lot of work to be done, particularly in the next 9-10 months. All of the work streams are going to receive equal attention, and we look forward to engaging with governors back in London in May of next year, and then we'll need to make a decision about the strategic direction of the bank for the next 5 years going forward. That, I think, summarised essentially what was agreed in the resolution today. So let me stop there, and I'd be delighted to take any questions you might have.
Thomas Fuster in the middle, if I would invite you.